After I'd formally trained at IO and the Brave New Workshop and been performing in improv in Chicago and Minneapolis, I went back to school to get my master's. While there, I began coaching and performing with the campus improv troupe. When I first arrived, many of the members of the troupe were dismayed that one of the school's most venerated acting teachers was urging them to quit improv because all it did was teach bad habits. He suggested that they'd be better served spending their time focusing on real acting. Luckily, those students stayed in the group, and during my 2 years at the school, the dozen or so members of the group were consistently cast in leading roles during the university's main stage season over the hundreds of other students who were only focused on real acting. They have all gone on to successful performance careers in Chicago, New York, and Los Angeles. How it was that other people didn't see what I was seeing. Why weren't they making the connection that being in a group that preaches ensemble, collaboration, and trust was making the students better actors and artists? I wish that the erroneous assumptions about improvisation were limited to this one example, but for the past 15 years, I've routinely fought the same battles, insisting that improvisation is not a silly sideshow, but that its principles are fundamental to creating art. I routinely find myself making the argument that training in a form entirely dependent on collaboration and creativity is central to an art based on collaboration and creativity. Training in the creation of theater helps students and artists develop the ability to think creatively and theatrically, to deeply understand the creative process, storytelling, and performance. It helps them become better listeners who are more understanding and supportive ensemble members. It not only makes them better spontaneous performers, but it also allows them to better prepare to interpret and interact with scripted drama. Yes, improv can be painful to watch at times. I've seen and been in more failed heralds than I care to admit. Yet its principles have been fundamental to my artistic career and personal life. And the times I've seen or participated in a herald that has worked have been transcendent. And I'm not alone. Tina Fey says that improvisation as a way of working makes sense to me. I love the idea of two actors on stage with nothing, no costumes, no sets, no dialogue, who make up something together that is then completely real to everyone in the room. The rules of improvisation appeal to me not only as a way of creating comedy, but as a worldview. Studying improvisation literally changed my life. Countless improvisers speak to the power and influence of the herald, including some of the most influential comedic minds of the 21st century.